excellent, kind of demonstration of what a comp match should look like, especially, amongst improving mid-round, fixing what you need to do. We saw a lot of that, but in the end, we did see Yakuza take order from Mint Clan, so that's sitting in, I believe it's 1-0 in their favor.
Yes, 1-0 in their favor, and a best of 3. And we'll see a Thatcher and Ying ban here.
Quite the interesting bans we've seen both maps already. The first, we saw a ban on Thermite and Buck, two of the biggest operators utility-wise for the attacking team. And so, same for this map thus far, because of the fact that it is just, as soon as one operator changes, I think about how that affects the meta, and now you see 4 operators that change the meta, each in their own unique way. So without any of these 4, I mean, you took away plant defusal, you took away site coverage, you took away site pushing, and then you took away EMPs. I mean, overall, it's just substantial, the fact of how these teams are going to IGL, how they're going to progress, and how they're going to strategize.
We'll see Mint Clan on the defense first. And the interesting thing to take away from that ban phase for me is ever shotgun's been allowed through on a map which has a few tight staircases, to say the least.
Some 90-degree angles, some staircases, and some really rough corners. I mean, we saw some excellent droning from the teams last game, so I don't know if we're going to see one of those, I like to call them Reddit moments, where you see the yellow shotguns come to life, but that's when it's really the most opportune, is when those drones aren't being watched, even if they're set up, or when someone just so happens to look away at that time while the rotate or the flank is being made. So I don't know if that's going to be kind of the executioner for some attackers this game, but it is permitted now.
Yeah, for sure, and we'll see Berlin hop straight on that book.
Yes, now that it's not banned, not only are we going to see him possess the nades that were oh so deadly last game, but the skeleton key. So no longer needing to even hammer the floors, you can be a little bit quicker with the skeleton keys as long as you coordinate how you want to be destroying the floor and using AR or DMR. But a little bit of an interesting hold we're seeing already with the top of laundry stairs blown open, and it looks to be meeting is going to be fortified.
So EU run this strat quite heavily at times, and it's basically so you can rotate freely between the stairs and meeting without being seen from the main door. That's the general gist of this strat. It gives you a bit more fluidity when rotating early round, and they've just gone for a rush here. Thermite's already got 2 kills, and he's just going to rush into sight.
2 kills, Illusional getting the 2 entry frags. That is now Maestro and Smoke off the board. Securing the 3rd, that is now Castle. Twitchly pushing in, that's Fixits taking off. I believe that is the Mute, leaving the only operator for the defending team for Mint off site. X7 Days has to rotate all the way down from main stairs. The plant is going down.
And it's down. And they've reinforced off attic, and he's kind of stuck in a 1v4, and he's kind of pinned upstairs right now. All the attackers are quite low health, and he'll land the kill onto the Jackal straight away. I mean, the Jackal trap won't be there. But he's kind of just pinned in kids right now. He can't really do much. And
you're seeing almost half this timer being burned already.
Yeah, Berlin's got him, and the attackers sort of realised what the strat was and just rushed. And I think that is the way to deal with the strat. You don't let them rotate early on, and you stop them in prep.
Absolutely. At the beginning of the defense rounds, you kind of see this moment of bliss where they're trying to get to their positions, and the people who have not finished reinforcing, putting down the ADSs, putting down the Evil Eye, whatever it may be. There's those moments where you can absolutely catch them off guard, especially if you have the information to provide your fraggers to do so. And you just saw one of the best punishments to those moments. The fact that they were not 100% prepared by the end of that preparation phase, the fact that there was holes in the defense, and they played meeting a little bit more EU, a little bit more Latin America style, and they just rushed right on down.
For sure. And we'll see him immediately go upstairs now, and I think that's a good call. This site is a bit harder to rush, let's say, you need a bit more cohesion with your team, and you still, it's necessary to take map control to rush on this site, because if you rush these armory stairs and there's a guy playing armory, then you're going to get mowed. So I think going upstairs is a wise choice. I know for Mint Clan.
It's a little bit more retake oriented, I feel. An excellent dogger cam there from Mighty Buffalo.
Because it's always said that if you have, can't quite see out of that cam yet. It's always stated that if you have a guy on white and you have a guy in kids, then you can always retake this site, no matter what the numbers are, because you have them two key positions.
Absolutely. The name of the game, really, when it comes down to retakes, and there's more than one body for the defense team, crossfire. Absolutely crossfire with whomever is still alive, whether it be a fragger, a flex player, or support. It's if you can cover someone else's angles. But here we see already the first kill of the round coming from Daze onto Buck. That is huge utility off the board for Yakuza.
That's third, that was the top fragger last game. But Bandit's getting heavily pinched right now from the door and hallway. But he'll retreat back off into the kitchen. And to waste a bit more time, but that's 2 nades off the board and a hell of a lot of self-destruction. But Ash will get the lovely wallbang. And again, I think that's just a droning. Honestly, I think they've droned him out. And
absolutely, there was no rotate made by the Mint Clan to kind of support the Bandit. He did his job in taking out the Buck. However, he rotated because he felt the pressure coming from Yakuza. He knew that there was a push to last wing shot. Vix is in sight.
They're in again, and this is just up and down central right now, as they try to fend off the rush. Ash downstairs. Doc tries to peek that. There's a Maestro and Doc, but as I say that, Maestro gets his head taken off. Not his head, but it's down to a 1v1 with the Ash and the Doc. And this game's going very quickly. Yeah, he's got possession of the diffuser, so Ash has to push him.
You see Doc knowing the fact that he has diffuser in his possession. He's going to be kind of holding this pixel that can watch down main hall, and it can watch white stairs through the bombs kind of edges there. So he's stimming himself right back up. We have a half HP Ash trying to peek
he'll go down.
A Doc here, and he will win the round out for Mint.
That was a great hold by Mint. They didn't really expect the rush, but they got the kills needed to hold them off. It shouldn't have really come down to a 1v1. If they had them crossfires established, then the people rushing in should not have been got as close as they did. However,
absolutely, we didn't see any attackers on big window or rappelling up trying to support the operators that are pushing in.
That as well, yeah. So I think it's mistakes on both sides there. I think if they had a rotation for that Bandit, Bandit would have been alive still. They would have to deal with him downstairs, and he would have been able to rotate a bit more freely, and maybe over the flat flank, and maybe stop the rush completely.
Absolutely, they could have had someone rotate downstairs, maybe watch bathroom hall, so that way they have a parallel crossfire. You know, it would permit the Bandit Daze to kind of, stay a little bit tighter in kitchen, so he didn't have so many different angles to be watching over. He could have rotated back up main stairs. There's a few different ways to play it out. Once you know you have taken out such huge vertical, opportunities there, with the fact that there is no skeleton key. Ferlin does not have 2 of his nades, so you cannot, or at least get naded from his operator down below. So it's one of those moments where the team has to assess, especially the IGL, is this an opportunity we're going to take advantage of and put another body downstairs to help fortify, or are we going to have him rotate upstairs, hold angles, set up crossfires? How are we going to establish this? And I just felt it was almost strange to see how quickly, when they got that Bandit, when RJM eliminated the Bandit off the board, how quickly they pressed the site. I don't know if it was a call out from drones that they had previously set up, if they saw that there was a hole in the defense, because we did see Vixid make his way into kids there, and I don't know if he he got the actual frag or if it was just an injure, but we did see damage get done, but it was not to its fullest potential. So I don't know if it was just so quickly that no one could rotate out. But here we see Devils get the first kill on 2 days as the Jaeger off the board. Jaeger, not a huge kill, utility wise, but that's still one of them we're supporting.
Yeah, it's still on the Romans for sure. And they've got the hatch open within 50 seconds. That's great utility. Which uses drones to know you're safe to do that indeed. Also, they've kind of demolished the strat right now. What they did, they entered from garage, and taking away that garage castle kind of denies the rotation from me into the stairs. And obviously Berlin, already on the main stairs, hasn't got any nades left though, so he's used by his nades. I think they got caught by an ADS. These back hatches are open, and Ash might look to drop down or push backside here.
You see him running down back tower stairs. He sees the barricade. The barricade actually just gives him coverage to push up. It's a little bit, the telltale sign if someone's pushing the back when they're down. But Joe Jackson will be taking out the thermite. However, RGM will be refragging and taking him out through the angle from Harry Potter.
That was a lovely shot by the Ash there.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a good push. He got droned in, pushing on through. He almost has the angle onto, I believe that's Smoke sitting in closet corner there. But we have three of the defending operators kind of holding angles. Almost a pre-fire onto the attacking team. A knife will go down by RGM. Will be refragged by the Maestro, holding angles onto the meeting hall that is dropped. Mighty Buffalo will eliminate Devils.
Smoke took one, and Maestro looks to go onto the one playing the hallway, and he'll get that kill, and so it's Twitch and the Maestro. Twitch going for the plant. Twitch is full health, so Maestro won't deny the plant, but will tag her up very heavily. Now, health about even as the fuser goes down, and Twitch is now on hatch.
Yes, the hatch was open very early on in the round. Evil Eye did as much damage, so they're both sitting, roughly 1-2 shot if need be. It's going to come down to a peak battle here.
We'll see the Maestro looking to pick up onto the Twitch. Twitch playing very passively on this hatch right now. Maestro can't really risk going for the kill and getting defusal because he has a 3 armor. So he's waiting for his peak from Twitch. And he'll see the Maestro. This will be the round. Maestro is not going to be able to clutch this out. He'll go for the defuse, but won't have enough time. Twitch will look for the kill anyway. Maestro will get an impactless frag, and that'll be the defenders losing another laundry hold, but only just once again.
Absolutely, I think that Twitch played it really well with kind of hugging classroom wall there and then rotating to the corner as needed, because with the 7-second defuse time there, it's hard to fake, especially as a 3 armor like that. That retake, especially when hatch was opened very early on in a round, the angle played there, with the ACOGs going back and forth, is very tight. And with both operators being low HP, the fact that if you were to kind of throw your body a little too early on, he still has the chance to defuse because it's still just down the stairs. He has very easy access to kind of rotate down there. But if he ran all the way upstairs, had to go through classroom, kind of took the decisions to kept getting push heavy, he wouldn't have been able to rotate back onto the site. But I think Illusional made a good choice there, kind of, peek him. If you get the kill, you get the kill. If you do not, it's still a win for the round.
For sure, and I'm looking at his attacking style, and I feel like it's very early Brazilian play style. As the Brazilians used to do a really heavy roam clear, get all the roams dunked out quickly, basically get the map control needed, and then go for a very quick execute, but make sure they had the map control. And this is what it's reminding me of, because the attackers are getting that map control very early on, setting themselves up slowly, and then going for the pounce.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. Wholeheartedly. You can see Brazilian, you can see Latin America all in their playstyle. However, I feel as if the execution, where the shortcoming is, it may be a little too rushed in terms of the fact that they lose bodies going into the site so quickly. They they demonstrate the fact that they have map control. They really do. They roam clear, and I mean they wrap that process up very early on in the round. Minute 40's left. They have all the time in the world to drone, play with. It seems as if they just kind of want to finish off the round quickly. But as I say that, here we have Days eliminating the Ash for Yakuza. Again, not huge utility off the board, but we have Devils kind of rotating behind him with Illusional droning him out. Two bodies are now pushing Jaeger.
Yeah, they're pinning him in small tower right now. And he's wasted a lot of time by playing small tower. Now, small tower is a very hard place to hold. And he's doing this so well. And
it's
this Jack, oh, it is escaped out somehow. This guy was small tower.
He checked the blind spot and he absolutely took advantage of it. I mean, small tower is for sure hard to hold because of the fact that that top portion is floor bangable, but he's running outside. I think he's just trying to burn and grab as much attention as humanly possible. But Twitch will punish.
Deploying shot zone.
Just caught that ladder, but yeah, Twitch will punish him from T3. And he's wasted a minute 20. And that's some good time. That's 2 attackers off the board. You've got the Buck and the Ash. Of course, the C4 from the Mute picked up the Buck. Not long after the Jaeger picked up the kill. Onto the Ash. And Jackal forcing that Mute off the stairs with that shotgun, but Thermite getting the kill onto the Mute.
Making it even between the two teams. Now, the Jaeger was able to hold them off until the time was sitting at a minute 20. Now, that's the most time we've seen, you know, Yakuza kind of take to establish map control, but there is Illusional taking out Joe Jackson. That is the castle out of meeting, and he's just going to drop hatch. He's going to spot and the smoke, eliminate him.
And round. That's round. And their executes are so quick. Like, if you blink, you're going to miss that execute.
Absolutely. It's I would imagine it's rough to even get the call out on the fact that 2 people have dropped at the same time.
For sure. Right, so we'll see a Kid Storm's hold, and they did win this fight. I mean, it wasn't the easiest hold for them. They did have to fight off a rush through the master bedroom wall. But I'll go back up there, and we're seeing a Thinker brought out. Cash, tell me your opinion on Thinker.
Thinker, that is, it can be a fragger's best friend. It can be a fragger's worst nightmare. It's one of those operators that, if it matches your playstyle or your team's playstyle, it can be just point blank influential in and around. You know, if you have a Glaz watching over that big window, think him right up, no recoil whatsoever. He can see right through the smokes. Your Jackal has thrown on down, cover over the diffuser, call it a day. Same exact thing is if he goes to push up white stairs, activate that whole boost. The fact that no recoil, the nades. I mean, we've seen nades be a huge opportunity for Yakuza. There's no denying that. Nades has been not only a huge fragging potential, but also forcing rotates overall because of the fact that, you know, there's a giant hole in the floor below you. They no longer need a Buck to skeleton key it. There's a hole there. Just blatantly, there's a giant hole there. So, I mean, with having not only nades, the boost, it can very much so sway how you can support a teammate, pick them back up when they're injured. Say if this Finka's going to be playing a little bit of a lone gun here and solely a fragging potential. I mean, it's an operator that's very fluid with how you want to play her.
For sure, and edge of the rush. They're rushing. It's a Thinker shotgun rush. And he's going to pick up one before getting taken down, and Bandit will Doc gets one, Bandit gets one. And, I mean, it worked. Like, he got a kill, but his utility could have been used a bit better, in my opinion. He killed the Jaeger, but the Jaeger had put down all his utility by then, so it's... I would say defenders came out better in that, especially getting a second player on that Jackal.
Exactly, it seemed almost more costly than effective. However, it did clear out Armory Hall there, or at least temporarily, for Thermite to blow it open. So here we have Vixid pushing on through.
Oh.
He's watching rotate hull. He spots him. He will be eliminating the smoke. He spots him on white. However, Sergeant Two Guns will take him out. Immediately be refragged.
RGM
And a
gets
double
2.
kill. RGM is be watching over white stairs. It's a 1v2 again with the Doc of Joe Jackson being the last player alive. Doc is kind of holding it down from Mint here. He has the angle onto white stairs. However, you kind of have to wide peek it if you need to peek dorms or down the hallway leading over to Armory. So he's full HP, however, both the attacking operators are as well.
Doc in the same situation as last time, but instead of 1v2, instead of a 1v1, and doesn't have diffuser. He'll try to tag some shots onto the Ash, won't find any luck, but he doesn't realize one big window and he's going to get punished anytime soon by the Twitch, surely.
I was supposed to say, we talked about the Defender's Crossfire. Look at this. Twitch's Illusional is on main window. RGM is going to be playing with how you can plant, and then he will effectively cover over his teammate. I feel like that was excellent coordination right then and there, because we were speaking about the fact that defenders can retake with that kind of crossfire. However, in a 2v1, Ash doesn't even need a peek. Ash can plant, fake plant, whatever to draw that Doc out, and having a gun on main window, especially if it's not known that big window is being watched, is very influential. Like, as we just saw, can be an easy wide peek, take out the Doc without even being known you're there.
For sure. And they're going to go back downstairs, and I honestly think that's not the best choice. I think if you'd go back upstairs, you're cautious of that thinker, play a Legion, then you're fine, in all honesty. You have to be cautious of these rushes, which they're growing to get more cautious over time, but they're still just not winning the gunfights and not expecting them soon enough, because that thermite opened up the wall. As soon as it opened up, he ran through.
No, absolutely. It's very nice to see. Yakuza style here is not only utility and informational, it has a great aspect of mechanical. I mean, not only are they droning out their Ash and supporting RJN there, not only are they droning him out, he's flashing whomever he is going to be trying to roam clear, Jaeger, a bandit, whomever it may be. But the shots are just landing. You know, you can give someone as much information as you want. You can, give them a blueprint as to how to peek this guy. However, the shots just don't land, and mechanically the skill isn't there. It's going to be a tough time to kind of eliminate that player off the board and be a counter.
For sure. And we'll see the downstairs hold again, as I said. It's going to be the exact same strat for a third time. And if I'm Mint Clan right now, I'm thinking, like, this strat hasn't worked twice. We need to pull something out which they maybe haven't seen from us. Or it's just kind of more basic and we know how to hold naturally. So like a rank strat.
Exactly,
we'll
I was going to agree with you there, because an IGL would correct that, but Jaeger's going to get the first frag. That's Days eliminating Buck. Again, we really haven't had the chance to see huge Buck play into this map.
It's the last round of the attack for them, so that's him out of the attack now for good. And that means we're not going to see that wonderful nade play, which I think is it's good from the... Oh, they might pick up that kill onto the castle, just not paying attention. But it's good from the defenders because they've stopped that nade play, like straight up. They haven't let it happen. We also see the Jackal go down to the hands of the Jaeger, so attackers down 2 men.
So attackers outnumbered as of right now.
Getting a third.
There we go. Dave's really holding it off. So now it's only Ash and Twitch, no hard breaching capabilities. That's fixed off the board, the thermite of Yakuza. So they're going to be playing with electronic destroying and then soft breaching for the most part here.
There goes the Ash. The Marshal gets that kill. And then Twitch, very low HP. He's probably going to go down at this point. He's going to crossfire between 2 guys. He'll down 1 on the kitchen 90. And he'll finish off that kill. Make sure he pats his stats out a bit more.
I do like how he got that elimination and then tried to drone, however, with limited information being provided, there's only so much that can be done.
Yeah, for sure. He's on about 5 HP. Minute left. He has the best gun in the game, in my opinion now. Ash has got her ACOG removed. But with 5 HP, you can't really do much, in all honesty. So it's going to be try hard angles and see if they get aggressive.
I was to say, we're seeing 2 shotguns, and with 5 HP, you really do not have to be accurate to land that final shot. Those shells will obliterate someone with full HP, but I think we're going to see an interaction here on Laundry Stairs. I don't think he knows he's in that exact same corner.
They'll pick up one.
He sees the head. Now there is still a Maestro, so he can rotate all the way across site and away.
No, the Maestro cam will kill him instead. Great use of utility there. They'll go into halftime 4-2 down. And on Oregon, it's not unheard of to go 4-2 down on your defense. It is the most attacker favored side map out of the 7 we have in the map pool currently, but still defenders favored nonetheless. So there's still a way back for them, but they have to really dig deep.
Exactly, and with a map, you know, being very clearly attacker or defender side heavy, I mean, it's very demoralizing to see the rounds 2v4. However, that's when the team kind of has to recuperate and go, listen, we knew something of that sort was going to happen. We knew that's just overall how the meta of this map plays. That's just how it's going to go, and you kind of just have to pick yourself up and go into the side switch with the most positive attitude you can, and, you know, do not let yourself burn out. I mean, if you're expecting it to be down 4 points, or, you know, in this case 2, you're gonna have to, there's some ground to cover, but at least you now have the opportunity to do it.
And here we go, Cash. We see the Ella shotgun finally make appearance by the looks of it. We'd love to get a confirmation on that anytime soon. But yep, Ella shotgun making an appearance here. And
part of me was hoping that Frost would stick. Part of me was hoping that we would see Frost be a huge, you know, detriment to the attacking team. But I do not blame them at all for doing that switch, because I mean, all we've seen is excellent shots from our team thus far as Ash. So I mean, with a shoddy laser sight and the accurate pistol from Ella, I do want to see some damage be done from this player.
Now, my question is, where will he play? Because there's the obvious answer of the Laundry Stairs, but that's kind of easy to counter nowadays. You just open the top of the stairs, and you can't really do much. So it'd be interesting if he plays Armory maybe, or somewhere, or Classroom, for example. He might sneak into Classroom and just hide there. Maybe expect them not to throw.
So I'd love to see him in Classroom, but speaking of that Laundry Stair spot, though, I mean, Mint Clan tried to hold that spot with a shotgun and against, you know, a 5 HP Twitch, and it's still not a 100%, you know, foolproof plan. You can see that
sure,
with the angle play.
But you compare the shotguns here. You have a semi-automatic pump shotgun, a pump shotgun in the hands of a Mute or a Smoke, against basically a fully automatic shotgun in the hands of Ella. So
no, there's absolutely a point there. there's no debating that, especially with I mean, the fact that Laundry Stairs has the metal bars too can be quite frustrating for a defender to hold that without having Ella's shoddy, for example.
I'm actually a very standard hold here from the attackers, and I mean, Ella's shotgun won't get used. JoJo will just crouch spam his way into the door before Vigil refrags that and the meeting door. So
good punish. We see 2 defending operators here in meeting. They will be droned out, but they're going to be just kind of there to waste time. I mean, there is still a minute 25. Bodies are semi-even, and it's now a 3v4 in the way of Yakuza. So now the attacking team has some portion to make up. The utility they still have on the board is very opportunistic. However, there's still the 2 that are upstairs, and now we have Furlan kind of rotating to support from main lobby.
For sure, we'll see the Bandit about half HP. He's been downstairs. Twitch one's going to get rid of some of the utility there, maybe the ADS, just to make that execute a bit quicker. If they actually get down to execute, they've got the Bandit to deal with, and the Jaeger in meeting who's going to pick up a kill. And then Vigil gets a double kill, and that's round 5-2 in favour of Yakuza right now. And wow, Great shots
I think
there.
it was an excellent. I think it was an excellent meeting hold there. I mean, meeting is one of those that you have to play with, in terms of the area, go through attic, go through pantry, try to wall bang from garage. It's one of those that there's just so much angle play. There's so much to that room itself. It's very influential in these rounds, and I feel like they just took total advantage of that. I mean, they had a Vigil and a Jaeger kind of just watching over each other's shoulders. If someone pushes in, the refrag is easy. If not, I mean, they're wasting time. They're being droned out. They are shooting drones, losing information because of the fact that you can rotate so quickly in that room to such different locations, go up the stage, go behind sandbags. They really did hold it the best they could. And then they had 45 seconds left, had Vixen the Vigil peak and successfully close out the round with that double kill there. Such an excellent, kind of succession of events there.
So we'll see the scoreboard. And actually, the top fragger from last game, he's on 2 kills right now, playing with Doc. He's been promoted to Doc Cash to make him get some more kills. But it's not like they really need it. They're 5-2 up. And they're cruising right now, let's be honest. Mint Clan didn't look like it had a response to that defense. They carried on their aggression from the attack, put it onto their defense, and Mint Clan just couldn't handle it, in my opinion.
I think we're seeing Yakuza's aggression be tamed in short bursts now. We're not seeing it in, the bandits killed in kitchen and we have 3 attacking operators on site now. Like, we're not seeing that big of exponential changes, but we are seeing way more of short burst aggression, a little bit more directed towards a very specific purpose aggression. You know what operator's there now, or you know what your exact purpose is, instead of, because when you run into site with drones, it can help. But speaking of Furlan having a low kill count, that is JoJo off the board and an IQ.
That's going to make sure the bandits from below aren't going to get spotted as easily, because I do have the book to below. It's not the end of the world, you can just book below to shoot them from below. Which is a bit of utility, unnecessarily wasted. But someone's going to pick up the refrag onto the Jaeger, and also that's a valuable trade.
I feel as if the trade was a little bit more hurtful to the attacking team, but here we have a bedroom, a little bit of a peek off there as
There's
we see
3 of
shots
them
being exchanged.
seeking that, eventually.
The
they'll
shots
back
keep
away.
going back and forth. They will connect, but they will not, finish anything off. And of course, them having a doc, as nice or as greedy as the doc is, he can stim himself up, he can stim his teammates up. So here we are, a wide peek and a pre-fire. But I think that's a thermite and closet there, sitting prone, waiting for an overly aggressive.
He's going to pick up another, and Mute's going to miss his shot with the shotgun. As he peeks onto the Jackal and eventually land the shots on the Jackal, and the Jackal goes down. The attackers, or Mint Clan, 2 attackers left for them, and it's not looking good for them.
Here we have a mute jammer going up instead of bandit batteries going onto dorm wall there. Now you do see
Furlan's
some
gonna get
communication peaks
hyper-aggressive.
go out. Furlan just going for it. He's not going to
Mute
drop all the way
picked up
down.
one
It's still a
onto
4v1.
center.
It's a quarter health thermite. He has possession of the fuser. However, Furlan knows exactly where this operator is and will punish. You love to see.
Dunk.
We saw a peek from an operator all the way from classroom window. We see Furlan hopping out here. It's a rock, a hard place, and 4 different gunners right in there.
Mint Clan are in the middle of it. So
I believe that falls on match point in the way of Yakuza 6-2.
So match point, series point for Yakuza, and let's be real here, Cash. I don't see a way back for Mint Clan.
I can see more points going on the board. I do not see a dub, if you will, going the way of Mint Clan for this map.
I mean, I can see this round potentially going in their favour, as it is third site. We're going to kitchen dining hall, not opting for tower, which is interesting. Tower's sort of coming to fruition and become like that third site which everyone goes to. But we'll see a kitchen dining hall here.
I think those 2 sites fall upon really a team's preference, strategy-wise, and just overall comfortability-wise. Because, I mean, if a team is way more comfortable with tower, I believe they're going to opt for tower. No matter how good their strats are on kitchen, if they are just more comfortable with it, they're going to opt for the site that they feel stronger with. And I mean, kitchen, you have a little bit more play in general, horizontally and vertically. I mean, you can rotate between showers, bathroom, you can rotate between pantry, kitchen, all the way back into dining. You have small tower, and we saw Jaeger playing the top of small tower earlier, and not being floor banged through the top or through, you know, the bottom of the balcony that is within small tower. So then you can even have an operator defending all the way in dorms, preventing anything from happening above, because we do see a Zofia and we do see a sledge. So that is
They
something
better get
that
them walls reinforced quickly.
we might see a Yakuza happen to Yakuza because of the fact that some of the defending needs are not being met here. However,
Oh no! Sophia takes the head off the castle.
oh, Vixen's got one excellent angle on
Yeah,
that.
Jaeger's gonna
excellent
refrag that though,
punishment.
and you're gonna refrag that before Twitch gets another kill onto the Legion. And this is a very quick round from Main Clan.
Main Clan currently has body advantage here, and I mean, there's still two plant defusal operators. We have Maestro and Smoke evilizing canisters, but here we see Devils rotating all the way around. Now we're even in terms of bodies. Devil's gonna be watching all the way from Watchtower. He does spot one of the attacking operators outside, but start shots are a curse, and unfortunately, it will come out. And you see a little bit of angles go play, and he will successfully injure the operator. However, it is not going to be. I don't think he's going to be able to successfully pick up that frag. So now it's a 2v3. However, he's going to get picked up, no problem. It's going to be hard to push that silo, that rotator, at least topping out small tower. There's no real way to do that safely.
That's a nasty peek by that Smoke there. For Maestro gets instantly refragged by the Twitch. It's just frag for frag right now.
This map, or this site, very much so angle play, especially with, you know, where you set up your utility. So now it's a 1v2 in the way of Mint. One of the operators Switch has full on health. You see Jojo pushing on into dining here. Sergeant will be droning him on in. And will the canisters be enough to stop him?
Smoke. So it's 3 canisters, so he can deny his plank for at least 30 seconds. But they're going to rush him, plant behind bomb potentially. He'll see his head of Sophia, won't land the shots. Canister comes out. And he'll kind of run away and rotate towards showers, diffuser going down. And nothing much the Smoke can do right now. And diffuser goes down. And 2v1
I think it was a great
situation.
rotate, make sure he wasn't an easy frag. But we have Jojo watching a very hard corner here onto Big Door.
Smoke picks up the kill there. He'll rotate to small. But there's a Twitch outside of silo right now. It's a great position to be sat.
Both operators are staying at 100 HP. Diffuser's right next to the door. I mean, he can play with faking. He has a canister. He's getting zapped at by one of the shock drones.
And Twitch picks silo and gets the kill. And
So
Mint
you were
can't
absolutely
pick up-
right in saying Mint could pick up this round.
They pick up their first round since their last defense, which that's got to be uplifting to know you can finally get around and you've got around your attack. That's got to give you some hope at least.
Absolutely. You spot the holes in the defense, you punish, you know, the inadequate preparation phase. As I was talking about earlier, what a beautiful shot on the castle from Zofia, blowing open the barricade and really digging in at the fact that they weren't finished up by the time that preparation phase was finished with.
For sure, but I'm looking at this as a neutral right now, and the defenders have one round to win the series, and they've got to go to their stronger 2 sides now. So if I'm Mint Clan, you really have to buckle down and you really have to fight for this now. And it's going to be hard for them if they can do it, but it's gonna require a lot of improvement on their behalf in these takes.
it's one of those, you need to take a step back, take a breather, and go, what do we need to clean up? Because we have 3 rounds to do it. Just to push, you know, to the fact that it's going to be overtime.
Yes. And you still also don't know if these guys have a tower strat, which you haven't seen before, which you might have to adapt to. And that could throw you off. So you have to, that's always going to be in your back of your mind. They might go tower, they might go tower. And you've never seen their tower strat. So that's always going to be back in mind.
I don't know if that's the card up their sleeve that they're waiting to pull out, but I do want to see how this site plays out. I believe it was from the last time that they went this site. It was Vixids and Jaeger in meeting doing the end game work for the round and having a bandit kind of having a crossfire on the main lobby. But we've seen Thermites be almost the first ones to peak or first ones to entry into the building, and it's interesting to see, you know, how willingly that they're gonna toss.
I think it's because a lot of NA teams like open up the wall next to the hatch because they like to put their mute there. So, that's Joe J picking up the first kill onto the bandit of Berlin, but they open the wall, so they can't put the thermite charge on the wall. And I get why they do that, but it allows the Hibana to open all 3 hatches and thermite not be needed.
And we are seeing the fact that this thermite is roam clearing without a drone.
Base checking, yes.
I don't know if this is the hole in the attacking and Mint Clan's, you know, roam clearing, the hole in their attacking phase here in the initial phases of it, and it's why they're losing bodies early. But that's dangerous to, you know, just have an operator dedicated to solely, you know, quick peeking areas. But
Jaeger's gonna pick up the sledge, and I'm not too sure how the Jaeger the sledge got there, and Vigil's gonna pick up the kill onto the thermite. But well,
speaking of Thermite being a little bit too roam cleary, that is Vixen's eliminating him off the board. Jaeger, however, will be finished off. Here we see Illusional and
Choche with a double kill. He picks the Legion. So it's just gonna be the mute on site because Vigil's still in the meeting.
So Jojo's
gonna apply a lot of
trying to go
pressure.
for the attic. He pre-fires down back stairs. They're going to be trying to figure out where he is and trying to snake him out here. They can try to concussion him with the Zofia charges, but if you can't spot him, if you can't find him and get those charges on him, it's not going to be enough to clear him.
For sure. I think Vigil probably looks to rotate back to site right now. I think that should go down and he'll be finished off fairly sharpish. There we go. It's a mute in a 3v1 situation right now. And Minkland, they seem to have rectified as they win the round. They seem to have rectified whatever issues they had. Their roam kill was a lot better. Joe J did his job on the Ash to get kills, to kill things. And apart from that thermite face checking things, not much you could critique there.
Absolutely. I mean, we are seeing an increased amount of droning, and we are seeing overall a little bit more of utility use, especially Ash, you know, blowing open the hatch, looking over meeting, and then immediately dropping it just to find the fact that Vigil is injured. Vixid was down. And it was a very strange sporadic hold by Yakuza there, because it went from there was a Jaeger at the bottom of tower stairs to Legions in T3, top of tower, watching over
So,
with a pistol peeking.
So my question in that round was, that sledge, he inserted himself, but the north rear stage door, when there was a guy in meeting and there was a guy in big tower, there's 2 guys in big tower. Why do you push that if you know you're going to be pinned between 3 operators entering there?
It makes sense in the way that, you know, you can snake between them. However, you know, that's 2 guns on you, and if you don't have the adequate support, even if you were to eliminate that Jaeger, that's an uphill battle. That is it's a bold move, and it did not pay off.
For sure, but I mean they won the round, so we can criticize that attack we want. It worked for them.
Absolutely. It's one of those that you can write down on paper and it's not going to work. However, in actual execution, we're going to see different results. And now we see 4-6 still in match point in the way of Yakuza. However, Mint is not giving up without a fight here.
For sure. And we'll see Yakuza go upstairs right now, and makes sense. They won't be a rehost as we're already 30 seconds into the round, so Mint Clan might have just inadvertently shot themselves in the foot with DC, and that we don't have to talk about disconnects, but that could be costly as 2 kills already coming out for
Verlin getting days on such an interesting angle.
Yeah.
I think Yakuza's gonna really go
gonna be
after.
good.
Yeah, Yakuza's
Yeah.
seeing this DC and they are looking to just pin the remaining members. They know they're
Yeah,
already out.
you have to
they're
feel
outbound.
bad. You have to feel bad for Mint Clan. Like I could sense a comeback. They wanted to come back, but it's just not going to happen right now with something in a 1v5, and that's going to be game.
Exactly. Spirits were lifted and
They're now shot down,
unfortunately, yeah.
and the game ends 7-4, I believe, in the favour
Yep.
of the
Yakuza.
vendors, Yakuza, and that'll be it from us tonight.
Absolutely, Border and Oregon, Mint Clan versus Yakuza. GG's to both teams. I think that those were overall just excellent matches, and we just saw a whole lot of potential, a lot of opportunities, and a lot of adaptability. And